Welcome back to Satisfactory Project Nuclear Overdrive. I promised in the last episode that I would fix this with the byproduct of water not working so well. And I really thought I was going to have to bring some oil over from over there, bring it up over here, make some plastic, burn the excess heavy oil residue into power, and then make empty water bottles, and then use that and make, why am I blanking? Basically use the empty water bottles and then sink it. That's what I thought I was going to have to do, but I don't. Apparently, I don't know why this window is not there, but it wasn't. Apparently, these valves that I put on works. And I was not anticipating that. I plopped a valve on here, forcing the pipe to be 40 cubic meters per minute, which is the 100 minus 80 times 2. So these ones aren't working because we ran out of nitric acid. We'd have to let the nitric acid run, and for that we'd have to let the iron run. So these ones aren't working, but you can see the water is actually being taken, and this will empty out. The overflow pipe was a little full, so it will empty out once the overflow pipe takes over. Because what's happening here is these valves are limiting the flow from here, so then you actually get a higher flow from the bottom here, which allows us to keep this low. I mean, yeah, it says 40, but it's where we need to be. Because these ones are remaining empty. Look at that. Look at that. That's so beautiful. And I mean, these ones are remaining empty too. That is beautiful. So I think the problem with these ones is our overflow pipe below is full as well. So it's trying to empty that first, and it won't allow it to start flowing. So if I were to grab this pipe here, you'd see that this is full. If we were to flush it, see how it just fills up again. So I could flush it again, I could do it again until it doesn't remain full, and that could help us with our overflow problem. But we're also getting a bunch from up here too, so that's not really helping us any. The spot we really want to... Oh, really? The spot we really want to start flushing from is right here. This is what we want to flush. So as you can see, that gets lower. So now there's capacity in the pipe from... there's capacity for this in the pipes, the byproduct. So that's really what we want to be doing. So if we look at here, we can see it's not a full pipe. And it should be the same for this one, not a full pipe. And then we can, well, this one hasn't even kicked on, but they're empty. So that helps. So these ones are not full. But if I look at this green one, it's probably going to be full. It is. So let's empty that out. And then we can make sure that we actually have a little bit of capacity in the pipe here. We'll flush it again, just to be safe. So this one's fine to be full because we are forcing it with a pump. But the backside shouldn't be full, so we have capacity to fill it up. And then we can basically tell this bottom pipe to go first. And then there's capacity for our 8 cubic meters of water to fit in the pipe down there. So that's the gist of it. By basically just limiting this to 40 kind of allows us to have better flow from here. So yeah, it's pipes are complicated, okay? They're just complicated. But I hope you understood my explanation somewhat. I mean, it's not easy. It really isn't. Pipes are one of the most difficult things to understand in this game, and 1.2 hasn't come out yet as of this recording. So we'll see what happens. But wow, this is full. Oh, I suppose it would be. The high-speed connectors aren't even running. I suppose it would be full. But I guess what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna work on this building again because we are on episode 10. And in this episode, we're gonna be doing Quickwire Stators and Electromagnetic Control Rods. So this is important. And now, you may be wondering, this is Satisfactory Project Nuclear Overdrive. When are we getting to the nuclear stuff? Soon. We had to set all of this up so we could actually get moving with some stuff. So, I'll give you kind of a roadmap of the next couple episodes. This one we're gonna do stators and electromagnetic control rods. And then we have episode 11, which is going to be the final parts. The final parts before we can start doing uranium. So episode 11, we're gonna work on copper rotors. So here, let me show you exactly what we need to build here. So in this episode, we're building these two things. We are going to be building Quickwire Stators and Electromagnetic Connection Rod. So that's just the stators and high-speed connectors. And then, so that actually creates quite a bit. That's pretty cool. So then in the following episode, we are going to produce, we're going to need an assembler. We're going to need a refinery. Yeah, go figure that one out. And then we're gonna need a manufacturer. And I believe that's all we need in the next episode. So the next episode is gonna be kind of picking up the pieces of whatever is left. So we're gonna be doing this copper rotor here, which is copper sheets and screws. We got the screws, we need the copper sheets. Copper sheets are easy enough because we can use the steamed copper sheet recipe. That's pretty simple. And then the final piece that we are missing is insulated crystal oscillators. That is the final piece. So once we get that is in the next episode, we can then work on the infused uranium cells and the uranium fuel unit. That'll be episode 12. So that is kind of the roadmap that we have. We have to build these two today. We have to build these three in the next episode. And these are kind of just random, like, why are we building this? And the copper rotors and the insulated crystal oscillators, they are used for the uranium fuel unit. We cannot build it without these two. Like, these two are absolutely critical. And I can show you that. Because most of this other stuff was setting up for future episodes. But these two are extremely critical. Because we need crystal oscillators and we need rotors. And in fact, today's episode is extremely critical too, because we need the electromagnetic control rods. So, yeah, these next two episodes are exactly what we need for this. And then we also need the encased uranium cell, which we can make in the manufacturer as well. And that is, what was it? What was I using? Infused? Yeah, I was using infused uranium cell. So that'll be uranium, more silica, sulfur, and quickwire. So we'll have to bring in sulfur and we'll have to bring in uranium, which will be fine. And then the silica we're already producing, and the quickwire we're already producing. So really, a majority of this build is not used for this step. we are using bits and pieces of it, but we built the whole thing so that when we get to future episodes, we don't have to build more of the said thing. So that's why this project has just been so long, as we've been setting up massive structures. But yeah, we are almost to the uranium fuel rod. We're almost there. We could turn on this factory soon to start producing uranium fuel. We could do it soon, but we're not going to. Not yet. So yeah, now you see what the roadmap is for the next couple episodes. Today's episode is all about the electromagnetic control rod. And the stators, because we need the stators to make these. So yeah, it's as simple as that. So the reality is, I got the Quickwire. That's all right here. And then the iron pipes, the steel pipes, I got that all in that building over there. Just need to bring it across into this building and connect it up. That's really easy. And then these, well, we'll be making the stators, and we got the high-speed connectors down below. So I'm going to set up both the Quickwire Stators and the Electromagnetic Control Rods because they require the same exact number of assemblers. We need 49 of each. We need 49 assemblers of each, and that means 49 times 8 is 392 Quickwire Stators, which just happens to be the same exact number of Electromagnetic Control Rods, 392. And that is exactly, well, that is about half of what we need for the uranium fuel rods. We're going to need electromagnetic control rods for something else in the future. We might as well build it all right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up 49 assemblers for stators, 49 assemblers for electromagnetic control rods. I'm going to do all the logistics. I think we can fit it on this one floor here. This shouldn't be too bad. I'll do all the logistics, and then before I connect it up, I'll show you what I did, and then we can connect it up and see some of it running just to kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, this did not take very long at all. Unlike last episode took me a long time. This one wasn't too bad. Got 49 assemblers over here ready for stators, and I got 49 assemblers over here ready for electromagnetic control rods, and we got a big open space in the middle. Yeah, so if I ever need anything else and there's enough space here, I'll definitely put it there. But yeah, we're basically ready to go. So, let's start with the stators. That should be pretty simple. I have it split into groups of 18 because yeah, I can show you why. I have 3 lines of Quickwire. 2 of them are 1080, one of them is 780. So if you take 1080 divided by 60, that is 18. And then the last set is 780 divided by 60, and that is 13. So that last row over there is 13 long. Pretty simple. And then I just kind of mirrored it on the other side. Even though I didn't need to do that, I just was like, let's just mirror it. Because I only have 2 lines. I have the stator line, and that'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I have the high-speed connector line, and that'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So those are good to go. So we might as well just start connecting everything. I did bring in the iron pipes from that building over there. You can see the bridge that I will need to build at some point. It'll happen. I just don't know if I need to carry more across, so I like to leave it open in case I need to move more materials. So why don't we start with the iron pipes and just connect that up right there, and we should see the pipes going into place and eventually fill up everything. But while that is happening, we can connect the Quickwire, and we should see the stators getting produced right now, which is pretty good. So we might as well go down the line and get all of them. There's the last set. And there we go. That's all the quick wire connected. We got the pipes running through. And we'll eventually see some stators finish production. So we should see stators soon. There they go. There's all the stators. They all combine into this line here. I got this whole set right there combining into the same line, and they all combine into this line as well. And then they go down this set. So we should see stators being dropped off here, which is perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. So then the next thing we're gonna have to do is connect up the high-speed connectors. And this is going from the opposite end. So we might not be producing any electromagnetic control rods yet, because if we run out of one or the other, they're going opposite ends, and it's not going to be pretty. So let's just get this connected, and we'll see the high-speed connectors filling up here. Is it? I don't. If it stacks in 50s, that'd be better, but it stacks in 100s, so that's unfortunate. But anyways, these are going to fill up completely. Yep, so there we go. And we'll just wait for this to eventually go through the line. And they will eventually connect up to one of these. As you can see, it's going to take a while. The stators are going to take a while. Yeah, that's the nearest one. That's crazy. We're only a few in. That's insane. So who knows? Maybe the high-speed connectors will get to the end first. I don't know. Looks like we got plenty. We'll see. But we'll start seeing all these lines fill up. So I guess the only really thing I can do is wait and see what happens. But that's 49 assemblers of each. So we'll be producing 392 electromagnetic control rods. I have them split into two different lines here. So the reason for that is the uranium fuel unit only needs 168, and we produce 8 at a time, so we just needed 21 assemblers worth of electromagnetic control rods, and that'll be this line here. The rest of these aren't even going to be used until the very last episode. And look, we already ran out of high-speed connectors, so we didn't make it very far. That's the reality of this. We filled up that much, and we're here. Okay. Well, that stinks. Oh well. Are we even producing more? I have no idea. That's the problem is... Oh, jeez, we're out of circuit boards too. I think because everything's deactivated, we're not really producing anything. Yeah, that's why. Even our Quickwire... Oh no, our Quickwire is full. We're good. But yeah, I mean, that's the reality of this. We have to wait until things get produced. And if I were to turn everything on right now, we'd blow a fuse. And that's not what I'm wanting to do right now. But that's pretty cool. So, oh, the circuit boards are out of Quickwire. We'd have to activate the Quickwire again. That's the reality. Wouldn't be too difficult to do. But for now, that is the end of the episode. I know we didn't actually create an electromagnetic control rod, because it's just going to take forever for the stator to get going. And with our luck, we won't actually get it, because we'll run out of stators, we'll run out of Quickwire until then. We're just gonna have to trust that the system works. We're just gonna have to trust that it works. Unfortunately, we can't actually test it. I mean, I could. All I'd have to do is, oh, I went one floor too low. We could test it. it wouldn't be too difficult. All I have to do is grab that and go connect up to one of these. You can see the stators are coming now. So they're actually coming along pretty good. We're still waiting for the iron pipes, which is empty now. We'd have to get the iron factory up and running again too. See, that's the problem. But it's fine. Once I turn on this whole factory, it all should work eventually. It'll take a while to warm up. But we can test this. Boom. Just like that. And it should be running. Well, I mean, it is. So, we'll at least get a line set up for electromagnetic control rods. And that's exactly what it would do. It's that simple. So this will go to the uranium fuel rods. And that's all we really need. So that's really it for this episode. Next episode is going to be building out the final pieces to do the uranium fuel rods. And then the following episode is the uranium fuel rods. So we're getting there. We are getting there. But if you enjoyed, leave a like and a comment. And subscribe if you want to stay up to date with this project, because this project is insane. It's insane. But anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. And I will talk to you in the next episode.